Good evening. We present the news summary. Judges have heard two separate cases involving presidential candidates who claim they've been defamed. One concerned an online post wrongly suggesting LDS contender Wival Ramkalawan had accepted a $150,000 bribe. His lawyers said René Raoul Payette had falsely claimed the payoff was part of a deal to sell Assumption Island to India. But in a surprise move, Mr. Ramkalawan's legal team said he was dropping his Supreme Court action.
He was very hurt by the allegations of corruption and fraud made against him. So he filed the action in March, but today, because he's promoting national reconciliation, peace, and harmony, he has asked me and I've asked the judge to withdraw the case because he has forgiven Mr. René Raoul Payette in Padonle.
The other case involves claims that the president of One Seychelles, Alain Saintonge, had misappropriated party funds. The allegations were contained in an online blog by Alexander Pierre, which appeared to show minutes of a meeting of the One Seychelles National Executive Committee. He'd claimed Mr. Saintonge was heavily criticized for lying and receiving 750,000 rupees of party funds. Judge Gustave Dodin ruled that the affidavits of two witnesses were inadmissible because they had been notarized by Mr. Pierre's lawyer. Mr. Saintonge's lawyer highlighted the harm caused by abusive blogs and social media.
Seychelles in general are abusing social media to defame other people, to denigrate people, to lie about other people. And that is causing a huge issue for these people because they are not only the one being affected. They have wives, they have children, they have families, and they are also being affected. And it's unfortunate that people tend to believe what these people are saying.
The first ever debate between candidates taking part in the presidential election will take place tomorrow. It is being organized by the SBC. It will start at 7 p.m. and will last for 1.5 hours. The debate will be live on SBC 1, Radio Cecil, Paradise FM, and on YouTube. The three candidates taking part are Mr. Danny Faure for United Seychelles, Mr. Wival Ramkalawan, the candidate for LDS, and Mr. Alain Saintonge, the candidate for One Seychelles. The chairperson of the Themes Committee for the debate, Marianette Ernesta, says everything is ready for the event and has thanked everyone who have sent in questions that may be taken up during the debate.
What we have done as the Themes Committee for this debate, we have gathered questions that we collected from a public appeal for questions. There were hundreds of questions that came to SBC. What we've done is that we've sifted through the questions and grouped them under various themes. The themes that the questions would be asked about are issues that are preoccupying the population and that the politicians are very familiar with, issues such as education, health, corruption, youth, sports, the economy. So we are all ready and excited for tomorrow, and we invite all our audience, everybody in Seychelles, as well as overseas, and they can follow the debates on all SBC platforms. We will have an audience for the debate. It will be a limited audience due to considerations of health and guidance from the Ministry of Health. We are inviting the three presidential vice candidates to be here. We have invited a member of the Electoral Commission and then civil society organizations. We might have about 20 people in the audience.
The Department of Health has confirmed reports that some tourism establishments functioning as transit hotels are not respecting COVID-19 guidelines. They are allowing their clients to go out in the community before the 5 days restriction is over. The reports were confirmed in the weekly press conference this afternoon. Dr. Jude Gedeon said if the situation persists, the establishments in question may lose their permit. Dr. Gedeon and Dr. Daniel Louange also addressed concerns relating to the length of stay of quarantine, whereby Seychellois citizens have to stay for a maximum of 14 days, whereas visitors may be released after 5 days if their PCR test is negative. So far, 148 COVID cases have been recorded in the country. They are all imported cases. 4 cases are still active.
They are mostly well. We have discharged one person from the facility as of yesterday, and The 4 persons are 3 Seychellois and 1 person of Indian origin, but who's got resident status.
18 participants of a master's program in the field of education leadership have presented proposals for their projects. This was during an activity to coincide with Teachers Week, and it was held at the Plaisance Primary School this morning. The participants include head teachers, deputy head teachers of primary schools, as well as heads of departments of secondary and post-secondary institutions. Dr. Indra Prasad, who is in charge of the education department at the University of Seychelles, says that the participants have followed their master's program for 2 years, and now they have to do a research project for their final dissertation, which they will hand in July next year.
The Masters is in collaboration with the University of Mauritius, and it's an online program. So it's a partnership between the University of the Seychelles and University of Mauritius. And the program was developed by the Commonwealth of Learning a few years ago, and then we've contextualized it for small island states. So both Mauritius and Seychelles have adapted the program to suit our local needs. And so our Seychellois students are mixing with students, well, they're actually head teachers, deputy head teachers, education professionals in Mauritius as well. So it's a brilliant sort of long-term professional development exercise, and it's only been made possible with the strong support of the Ministry of Education.
This was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.